Hello everyone, today we're going to be looking at what's called Venn diagrams. Now Venn diagrams are just a way of grouping things in a visual way in between two circles. But before we get into the circles in the Venn diagram, we're just going to do some grouping to show you just how easy all this is. So in front of me I have some food. We have some ribs, we have a hot dog, we have some pancakes, we have a burger, we have a sandwich, we have a taco, we have a donut, fries, and a cheese sandwich. Now what we're going to do today is we're going to be grouping them in terms of whether they have any meat or whether they have bread. So first up, we have some ribs. So the ribs is obviously meat, so we're going to leave it over there. Now pancakes, believe it or not, they're bread. It's called a quick bread. So we're going to put it over this side because it's bread. Here we have a cheese sandwich. Now, cheese sandwich clearly doesn't have any meat, so it's going to go over here with the bread. Here I have a sandwich. Now, in this sandwich, you can see that there's no meat, so it's going to go over in the bread side. Here we have a hot dog in bread. Well, a hot dog in bread has both bread and meat, so it's going to go in the middle. Just like this burger, the burger's going to stay in the middle. Now, in a taco, that doesn't have any bread, but does have meat in it. Well, this one does anyway. So we're going to put it over here in the meat section. Now here we have some fries. Now, fries are neither bread nor meat, but we still have the fries, so we can't just throw them away. We're going to put them somewhere so that we can come back to it later. So I'm going to put it up here in the tray. We also have here a donut. Now a donut is not bread and it's not meat. So again, we don't want to throw it away, we want to keep it. So I'm going to put it in this tray back here. I also have some ketchup, some tomato sauce. Now again, not bread, not meat. So we're going to put it back in this tray. Now conveniently, I launched the mayonnaise already into the tray. So we have grouped things in terms of whether they have bread, whether they have meat, whether they have both, or whether they have none. But again, I haven't thrown it away, I still have it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to actually look at what a Venn diagram looks like. Let's head over there now. The first Venn diagram we're going to use, we're going to be looking at some kittens here. So let's have a closer look. Here we have our cats. Oh, one's walking off the page. Come back. So these cats we're going to group into two groups, whether or not they have black or whether they have grey. Now you can see here that a number of the cats have black and a number of the cats have grey. Some of them don't. So we're going to put this set of cats into a Venn diagram. Here's another one. Let's go do that on a board where we can draw our two circles for our Venn diagram. A Venn diagram is a picture that uses circles to separate pieces of data into groups. So here I have two circles. And on the right, which is going to represent all the things that are grey, we have a circle on the left, which is going to represent everything that has black. And this bit in the middle, you can see that has both circles in it. So this bit in the middle is going to represent what is both grey and black. Now, if we have a look at the diagram up the top, we can have a look at where these cats might go on our Venn diagram. Now, in this circle here, we want to know how many cats were black, or had black on them. There was 2 cats that had black on them. One of them was a grey-black cat, and one of them was a black and white cat. So the black and white cat goes over here because it had black on it, but it didn't have grey. The grey and black cat has both, so it goes in the middle. So we had 1 grey and black cat. Now, how many cats had grey but no black? Well, there was 2 grey and white cats, and there was 1 grey cat we can see in that image. So there is a total of 3 cats that are grey, but they're not in the black circle because they don't have any black. There was also some other cats. There's also a white cat and a cream-coloured cat. So there's 2 cats that don't go in any of these circles. So we're going to write it down the bottom. You could also put it over here, you could put it over there, you could put it up the top, just as long as it doesn't go in any of the circles. Now, before you finish your Venn diagram, it's always good to check that you've got every piece of information in your Venn diagram. So on this picture, you can see that there is 7 cats. On our Venn diagram, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have all of our cats in this Venn diagram. One more thing I forgot to mention. There is a little symbol that you might see on some Venn diagrams, and it looks kind of like this. It's like a backwards 3. This just means the total number of information. So the total number of information here would be 7. So this tells us that there is 7 pieces of information in this Venn diagram. Let's go do another example. In this example, we're going to be grouping a set of dice into 2 groups, one being a 6-sided dice and the other being a purple-sided dice. So here you can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 purple dice. So there's going to be 7 pieces of data in our purple circle. However, we have 1 dice here, which is a 6-sided dice. So there's 1 purple dice that is both a 6-sided dice and a purple dice. So we're going to put 1 here just for now. Now, how many other purple dice were there? There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 purple dice, and there's 1 dice that is both a 6 and a purple. There was 7 purple dice all up. There's 7 dice in this purple circle. The next we're going to count the number of 6-sided dice. Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 4 dice that have 6 sides. So there should be 4 pieces of data in this circle here. But we already know that one of them is both a 6 and a purple. So there is 1, 2, 3. So there is 3 dice that is a 6, but not a purple. There is 1 dice that is a 6-sided dice, and it's a purple. And we know that there is 4 6 dice altogether. And in our 6 circle, we also have 4 pieces of data. Now, are any of our dice not a 6 or not a purple? No, so this example doesn't have any. However, if we were to introduce another dice, such as this one over here, whoops, this dice would not go in the circle, would not go in either of the circles. So if we put this dice here, now we have 1 piece of information that goes outside the circles. So we're just going to put a 1 there. In the last example, we introduce this little backwards 3 thing to say how many pieces of data there are, and we can see that there is 6, 7, 10, 11. So there is 11. Oops, that's cut off a little bit, but you get the idea. And we can count the dice. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There is 11 dice in total. You might be asked now, what's the probability that you will get a 6-sided dice if you pick one dice at random? So all the information is here on this Venn diagram. So what would the probability, so let's just move to the side a little bit. There's the probability, the PR, of getting 6-sided dice would be equal to what? Well, there is 4 6-sided dice, and we know from this symbol here that there's 11. So the probability of picking a 6-sided dice would be 4 out of 11. Sorry about that, we went off the screen. So you can see that the probability of getting a 6 is 4 out of 11. Good luck with the questions. Next lesson, we're going to look at Venn diagrams with 3 circles, not just 2.